May the 16th, 2020. Guys, I hope everyone's having a nice weekend. Saturday here in central Mississippi, it's a little cloudy. You can see from the radar what we're dealing with. But there's a tremendous amount of energy that has come offshore in Texas. We've been watching this area for a couple of days, and it just keeps firing back up. It will fade out and fire back up. But now, if you actually look at the size of the storm that is pushed offshore, it is the entire length of Texas along the Gulf of Mexico coastline. So there's a lot of energy being pushed out. Here is our future tropical storm Arthur. They have Hurricane Hunter flights in progress right now, guys. So we'll get some updates on that. And what they're talking about, still 80% chance of development. And the fact that some of these thunderstorms now, as the sun has gotten on top of this, are starting to pick up. You can see in the higher clouds, and we'll look at a little closer radar. I wanted to look at the entire nation for a moment. But as these clouds pick up in energy, if they wrap around it, that's going to increase the strength of the storm, and it will determine how powerful it will become. Still, a lot of the models show it skirting up into the North Carolina area. We're going to go through it. Also, the size of this storm that's come offshore at Texas reaches almost the entire length, if not the entire length of the nation as far as north to south. Now, it's not as heavy in some areas, but with the heat of the day, that could change, so keep an eye on it. This is very active in these areas. You can see they're just exploding one after the other. Again, we're going to look at some of this a little closer. Now, let's switch to an infrared radar or satellite system, and you can see as the sun comes up over the southeast this morning. And powerful storms coming up Texas. Guys, check that out. Again, the entire state. Louisiana, you're starting to get it. And from all of my friends here in Mississippi, notice down right into the southeastern tip of Mississippi, starting to push in. You get in Arkansas, and it's moving up. Again, the heaviest storms are along these orange lines. You can see where the cloud tops are the highest and the strongest. Here in our tropical system, you can see that on the surface level, we have rotation. Again, all they're waiting for now with the Hurricane Hunters in flight is for the storms to wrap around that center. You see it very clearly right there. It's classic tropical system as far as the outflow and inflows. Look at that. Now, taking a closer look at Florida, it looks like possibly you got some pretty good surfing if they're letting you on the beach. Some areas they are, some they're not. But here you've got a good wind in this counterclockwise rotation. Not a lot of rain yet. And South Florida, it's just the opposite. You got winds coming out of the west, sweeping down through the Keys and moving east. Again, this is your intake area here, and then your outflow area. And so this is going to... These type conditions, you can expect it as it moves up the coast. We're going to look at some of the models. Now, your 2-day and 5-day forecast are the same now at the 80%, just like they were yesterday, guys, because it's on the edge of forming. It says, as of 8:10 a.m. Eastern this morning, an area of low pressure located just offshore of the southeast coast of Florida continues to produce shower activity and gusty winds from portions of southeast in east central Florida eastward across the northwestern Bahamas and the adjacent Atlantic waters. Satellite images and surface observations indicate the low is gradually becoming better defined, but the associated showers and thunderstorms remain disorganized. It looks like at the next update that may change, guys, because, again, this was a couple hours ago and they haven't updated since then. But it does look like now that the sun's over the storm, it's starting to get a little tighter in there with the storms. It says continued gradual development is expected, and the system is likely to become a tropical or subtropical depression or storm later today or tonight while it moves northeastward over the Atlantic waters east of Florida. Later in the weekend and early next week, the system is expected to move generally northeastward over the western Atlantic, guys, near or east of the Carolinas. Regardless of development, the disturbance will continue to bring heavy rainfall and gusty winds across portions of east central Florida and northwestern Bahamas through the day. In addition, hazardous marine conditions. Guys, I know you want to surf. I know you want to swim if they're letting you, but the rip currents, guys, are deadly. It says these hazardous marine conditions will likely cause dangerous surf and rip currents along much of the southeast and mid-Atlantic coast of the U.S. It says an Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunter, now this was earlier this morning, is currently en route to investigate the disturbance. The next special tropical weather outlook of the system will be issued by 3 p.m. Eastern today. We'll update it this afternoon, guys, when we get back in. But just wanted to update you on this, and I want to show you some of the modeling. Now, this was updated just 21 minutes ago at 10 a.m. Eastern, and the models are kind of all over the place. Canadian model that I rely on as much as any of them. Now, instead of skirting the outer coastline of North Carolina, actually shows it coming probably inside the outer banks in this region right there. And you've got a couple other models that do the same thing, but it's scattered over this area between the lines. Somewhere between these lines is where they predict that this thing will go. And they put in different parameters for each model and different conditions of how the winds are and things like low and high pressure systems. But again, you've got a couple of them that pull it in near Washington and loop back in. So all of this area, you need to stay alert for flooding, high winds, and high surf there. Watch for trees coming down. If you get a lot of rain, you know how it gets soggy, and you could have some power outages, so be prepared. The main thing is, if you can get on the beach, get on there, but the water can be deadly, guys. You don't see those rip currents until you're in one of them, so just pay very close attention to that. And we'll take a look at this Canadian modeling over the next few days. You can see where your system is located, and you can tell the strengthening occurs. And it doesn't show the very center of it go over Nag's Head here, but it's very close to that. So it could get some high surf. You could have some beach erosion, just depending on how this thing reacts to warmer water as it's mixing now into what we call the Gulf Stream. And that always seems to have an effect on them as they get closer to shore. So watch this, guys, and pay attention to it. Again, if you look at the timestamp at the bottom, and I'll stop it as it goes through, it's cycling through. But as it gets close, we'll look at the date and time. Right here, it's kind of bouncing around. Let me back that up. Right in here, it's starting to kind of get close to the shore in southern parts of North Carolina, right along the South Carolina border. It's offshore there. And that's this 18th. Still on the 18th, May 18th here. May 18th still. 19th. So you've got the 17th, the 18th, and 19th. You're going to have looks like a lot of rain and a lot of moisture in this area. We'll just keep an eye on it. Things change quickly, especially with the seasons kind of disrupted the way they are because of our solar cycles. But notice on one thing, I talked about an earlier system, or an earlier season, excuse me, and this is May 19th, and you got a low pressure system again forming off the Texas and Louisiana coastline. Talked about setting up the southeast for a lot of spring flooding. So just be aware of that in your plans. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.